Yo, how you doing? Today, doing more Final Fantasy 14, and let's get into it. I hope the altar can provide comfort to those who need it. Seeing that child reminded me of myself, of how hard it was for me to accept that grandfather was gone. But that sadness is what gave me the strength to come this far, and I would never choose to forget it. Never. This seems like a good place to continue our conversation. Simply leaving Alexandria won't solve all their problems, I fear. Problems run deeper than that. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have brought that up. Hey, Gulaja, do you really know nothing at all about your mother? Shale searched the system for information on residents, but the only mammal jaw she found listed was my father and me. Even if she died and was erased from people's memories, she should have been there, but she wasn't. Well, that you're here means she was here too, inside the dome. There can't be any other way around it. About it. Do you want to know your mother? I think so. Even if it makes me feel sad, I want to know her. So I want to try looking again, and if I don't find anything this time, I'll give up. I see. Well, if that's what you want, then I'll help you. I'd like to help as well, and I believe I speak for the others too. But I can't bother you with this. You already came for the funeral. We came here not only for the funeral, but to see whether all was well in Alexandria. We're not about to leave just yet. Besides, in seeking to learn about your mother, we're bound to learn about your father as well. By retracting the steps of this man who kept his own counsel, we may gain knowledge that can serve the people of Alexandria. Alright, thank you everyone. We might learn more about my father too. I hadn't thought of that. I understand all too well Golo Ja's desire. For the longest time I found my own father's actions inexplicable. If this is what Gojo wants, then I'll help him. However I can. After all, we're family. If no records remain of Gula Ja's mother, then where do we begin our search? I can very much relate to his feelings. I pray Gula Ja finds what he seeks. Assuming neither memories nor records of Golo Ja's mother remain, we must cast us wide a net as possible. I suggest we split into groups. Yo, if you could make inquiries outside in the inscripts, the rest of us will do the same in Solution 9. Sorry, but I've never heard of a Momoja woman living in these parts, much less one connected to Zorolja. You might have better look at talking to the people over at Tantawan settlement to the north of Everkeep, in a place called Yokuwananta. The resilient son won their loyalty when he saved them from some crisis or another. Or so the story goes. If I remember correctly, their chief's name was Kanaoka. A Momoja woman. Their people have been a common sight around here. Why, the last time saw one would have been before the dome came down over our heads. She was running among an entourage of Landsguards that was dispatched here. I assume they all returned to Oriel after their mission. But if any remain, I suppose they could have been trapped in here with the rest of us. I haven't seen the Momoja woman or any other Landsguard since then, but I suppose it's possible. You're looking for Mamo Ja's woman. Oh, Gula Ja's mother. I can't help you there, I'm afraid. I only know a little about Zoro Ja, and then only what my father told me. He said that before the dome cut us off from the outside world, a Tural Vidurial had appeared and was terrorizing the region. In response, Zoro Ja assembled a party of warriors, and with them confronted and felled the beast. It was interesting to hear the king's speak in the past. What a battle it must have been between the king's men and the Turo Vidral, all without regulators too. Ah, you're back too. I told Shell all about your search. Sola rarely made public appearances, so the people had no idea how he spent most of his time. Yet I believe therein lies the key to the answers we seek. Solution 9 is vast indeed. Even with the teleporters, we could cover but a small portion of it. I'm sorry, but I couldn't find out anything useful. None of the people I questioned had heard of Mammalja's woman before. Lamentil, I didn't seem to have much luck. How did you fare? While I failed to learn anything directly from Gulaja's mother, I did find information which may shed some light upon Zorolja. Gulaja has told me all. We've previously tried to track down records of his mother, but came up empty-handed. While with everyone's help, hopefully we can get somewhere this time. Ah, so you spoke with quite a few different people as well. Let's combine all our findings and see what conclusions we might draw. So, Sorrel Jah brought a retinue of Landsguard of Yasolin, among whom was a female Momol Jah. His mission was to rid the region of rural Vidril, and I believe it's safe to say that this was the crisis in Wanta he resolved. If some of his troops stuck around for a time, perhaps to assist the villagers with recovery efforts, then they could have indeed gotten trapped in the dome. We also heard stories about the settlement in Wata. People lived there until nearly a decade ago, and Zolja made regular visits. If he required secrecy, a location to home to his most loyal followers would be ideal. And if this Momo Jaw woman had remained there, there would have had occasion to come in contact. I see, but what could Zorol Jaw have been doing in that village? I think we can answer that question. In order to retrace Zorol Jaw's steps, Ra and I spoke with a researcher who works at Orgenics. He said that approximately 20 years ago, a number of his colleagues were transferred to a research facility outside Everkeep, per the King's direct order. This is the first I've heard of such facility. Only Vanguard was believed to have been under the King's jurisdiction. It was apparently being used to develop a new kind of weapon, but I'm afraid that was all we could learn. It's plenty to go on. Even if the work there was classified, any materials and equipment needed would have been manufactured within Everkeep. So if we look into transportation records, there it is. The routes are full of detours and attempts of obfuscation, but large deliveries were being made to Yan when Rata, far too large for a mere village. There hasn't been any activities for years though. It's likely the facility has been decommissioned. Do you think that's where my mother was? We can't say for certain just yet, but I reckon there's a good chance. This is amazing. Even though no one remembers her, you managed to figure all of this out. Each piece of the puzzle may reveal little on its own, but when put several together, a picture begins to form. And even should memories fade, footprints remain to mark the path of those who walked before. A lesson I learned in another life. So we'll be investigating this secret facility in Yonwata then. And this time I want you to come along, Gulu-ja. Yonwata is on the other side of the lake. To get there, you'll need to take a hover cargo from the Drift Downs. Alright, thank you, Shell. Make your way to the Tritons when you're ready. Galusa will have a harbor cargo ready for you. I'll remain nearby after dropping you off. Just let me know when you're ready to head back. We've seen how much has changed for the part of Yasolani that's on this side of the dome. I wonder what it's like on the other. Someone would have noticed if Zoralja traveled from the Drift Downs. I expected he utilized a flying vehicle. While the researcher we spoke with remembered that he had colleagues, he couldn't recall details about any specific individuals, nor their names, nor what they were like. Weapons developed in secret with the aid of devoted followers. Nothing good will have come of this. The settlement in the outskirts, that was originally Tanawantan as well, yes? I wonder if Yowata is similar to it. So the hover cargo will take us across the lake. I've never been over there before. It's still inside the dome, so I don't expect it'll be too different from here. We'll likely encounter dangerous beasts, so the rest of us will go first. You will follow when it's safe to do so, alright? Alright, be careful everyone. Nice. Don't worry about me. I'm good at hiding from beasts. If the facility was used to research new weaponry, then it will have had tight security. Even if it has been closed down, let us proceed with caution. I can't help but be reminded of our foray into orogenics and of Calcia. I promised to look after Gulu Ja, but I've spent hardly any time with him. When to make up for that. While I alone haven't seen much of the dome, I am no stranger to braving the unknown. I will not slow us down. You've seen the havoc that Garmanta wreaked on Irugro Pacha. I wonder what this other Turo Vidriel might have left in its wake. Okay, before I do this... This blue quest here has been bothering me. Let's see what this is about. Oh, this is... Okay. Say, aren't you Yo? That certainly saves me a lot of trouble. I was asked to find you on behalf of Mila Ja. Curious happenings abound in Mamuk of late, and we thought one with your worldly experience may be able to help us make sense of things. If you have the time and inclination to aid us, she awaits you in Mamuk. You'll find her west of the plaza in the large building near the two-headed statue. Thank you for coming. Truth be told, I was unsure if I was right to call on you, but the troubles we now face cannot be overcome with our strength alone. It all began when we found a fallen traveler in the sky deep sea note. For mercy, his wounds were not life-threatening. His kind is not a common sight in these lands, tall and slender of build with pointed ears. He has yet to awaken, but speaks in his sleep of strange things that make little sense to us. It was out of hope that you might recognize something in his ramblings, or perhaps even jog his memory once he regains consciousness. Might you be willing to speak with him? Milo Ja, the traveler stirs. Very good. If you would be so kind as to bring him here. We are glad to see you awake and in good health besides. May I ask your name, traveler? My name? I'm sorry, I can't remember. It would seem the fall has affected his memory. In any case, his presence here is a complete mystery to us. His armor the only hint to whence he came. Does anything about him strike you as out of the ordinary? Looks like your typical adventurer to me. An adventurer. Me. Ah. I remember. I am Elven, an elven adventurer. In your Mumal jaw, could it be I've come to Mamook? Wait, if I'm in Mamook then I must have been taken prisoner. To so readily believe us enemies, perhaps he comes from a land unfamiliar with our customs, across the salt. I'm not so sure. We've no way to know for certain, in which case... Mil Ja, we must gather our strongest fighters at once. Why? What's happened? Girl Jaja's shade has returned. It's been sighted near Gorak Descent. Local Jaja has engaged in the apparition, but I fear the worst. The vow resolves companion from the feet of the Brotherhood. I suspect you would understand the grievances of this situation better than most. In recent days, the late Dawn Servant Shade has been seen wandering the woods of Yaktel. I have reason to believe it was invoked in like manner to the one used in the feat. Only a privileged few of the Benua should be privy to the knowledge required to perform the rite. The culprit will be found in time, but we've a more pressing matter at hand now. I must hurry and inform the Lance Guard. Dorkville Jaja requires reinforcements. The Dawn Servant Shade. I fear he may not hold out until the guards assemble. I am loath to ask such a favor, but would you aid Dorkville Jaja in this battle? I'm in your debt. Belkdrak descent is to the west of here. Please go and help my son. Gulu Jaja. Yeah. Hmm. Pathetic. And you did ever call yourself blessed siblings? Not bad. You might actually prove a challenge. If you come to help, best stay your guard. He's not alone. Stay on your guard. Hello? Dude, what's this? Another monster in need of slaying. Don't worry, I'll send them packing. Here I go. No flying dropkick. Oh no, you don't. I can't explain why, but something told me I had to be here. Ah, not bad. Not bad at all. But it'll take more than a couple of Taurus to stop me. Taurus, are you daft, girl? You can speak. A shame you don't seem to have any manners. The name's Prish. You do well to remember it. Prish. Ah, looks like I went. One Taurus down, one to go. I hope you're ready. Yeah, at ease, Prish. We've seen to our tasks. Come, whatever you say, Olmia. Olmia, what is she talking about? Please, wait. Please don't go. I'm guessing words of the Dawn Servant Shade is what brought you here. I don't know what that girl has to do with all of this, but clearly she's aligned with whoever summoned them. The way remains open, though. There's no telling where it leads. Even so, they can not be allowed to return. We have a duty to protect this forest, and I'll not see it torn apart by some two-headed imposter. Let's hurry after them, brother. Watch over that one, won't you? Krish, what's happened to you? Everything's still hazy, but I recall fighting alongside that girl. We were comrades in arms, I think. But something was clearly wrong with her. She not only mistook me for a monster, but she called her two-headed companion Olmia. The Olmia I knew as an elven woman, a far cry from the reptilian being we encountered. Something dark has taken hold of her, clouded her mind. I have to go and... I'll go after Prish. You would put yourself in harm's way for my sake. Thank you. I recognize that look, the eyes of a woman who's seen more than their fair share of battle. Despite what Prish has done, she was a dear friend to me. I'm fairly certain. Have care, friend. There's no telling what lies beyond that portal. See. I was expecting the townsfolk to be indifferent, if not hostile, when I asked for a sword and shield, but they did not hesitate to help and send me on my way. I think I've always been accustomed to such armaments, though. Once recovered, I should be glad to put to good use at your side. $6.95. $6.90. Shit. So I gotta buy better gear? Huh. I thought I unlocked. Level 90. Level 80. Level 74. I mean, that's a decent amount of experience. I can't. Hunt board. Like all my money too. Ah. I'm only 4 points away. That's upsetting. Um, I'm still too short. 2 points short. This is quite the conundrum. Suppose I could sign up for this. I'm gonna call it here. Thanks for watching. Sorry I couldn't do any battle content. I'll fix that next time. And have a good day or night. Peace.